We're back with Still Learning Guide 5. We are now on 5.4, so part 4 of the seminar. And in example 3, we are going to determine the number of x-intercepts. And how we do this, we just look at the a value and the q, and that'll help us. Or you can sketch a picture and you can get a visual. So let's look at the first example here. So we have f of x or y equals this. Well, I know the a, this is the a value, so it's opening up, it's positive, and I know the q, this is the q, is below, so it's below, so I know it's going to have two intercepts, two x-intercepts. All right, and you can see the picture there. If you sketch it, it looks like that. All right. B here, again, it's opening up, and how I know it's opening up is because this a value, this 2, so it's opening up. But if you look at the q, there's nothing out there, so it's at 0. So if it's at 0, if q is 0, it has 1 x-intercept. Okay, and there's the picture there if you wanted to sketch it and put it into your Desmos. We are going to use Desmos now. And Desmos is an app you can get on your phone. And it will give you, it gives you graphs. So we're going to use Desmos a lot. So you can punch those in, punch that in, and you can get these pictures. And then the third one here, it's opening down and the q is below, so that means it's below the x, so it has 0 x-intercepts. Okay? Okay, so you can pause and then you can try. Again, you can use your Desmos, feel free, or you can just use your a and your q to determine. So here it opens up and the q is below, so I know it's got 2 x-intercepts. Here the q is 0, so I know it has 1 x-intercept. All right, example 4 now. We are going to look at some problems, word problems, and we're going to analyze them and figure out some things. So with this problem, we have a bridge that's supported by 2 towers, and there's a cable that goes from one tower to the other tower. So here's the picture that develops. In this case, the picture is given to you. So that makes it a little easier. Some word problems you have to make your own picture. All right, so let's look at what it's asking us. So the first thing is, the picture was drawn for us. All right. Now we are going to determine an equation. And what we're looking for is the equation of this parabola. You can see that cable. And we pick this as origin because it's a good origin. So now we use this basic formula. Y equals, because you don't have to use f of x, because if the origin is 0, 0, there's no p and no q. Now we're going to plug in what we know. So remember, you have to get a point to plug into the equation. Because remember we did earlier, the vertex is 0, 0, and the point is out here. It's 236, comma 44. And remember I said earlier, always label P and Q, X and Y. So when we plug them in, there's the Y, there is the X. We do some algebra to get what A is. And once we have what A is, we have our answer. Now, once you have the equation, we can answer other questions. So in this example, it wants us to determine the height above the surface of the water of a point on the cable that is 90 meters horizontally from the tower. So what does that mean? So let's just draw a sketch here. So here is that cable, making that parabola. All right, here is these towers. And remember, this guy was our vertex. All right, the 0, 0. And we know the distance from here all the way to there was 236. But this question is asking us, we're going 90 from the tower, so this way, to a point that's 90. And we want to know, what is that height? Okay. What is the height from there to there, and then down to wherever the water is? All right. Okay, so let's just make that a yellow. So this is what we're really trying to find, the height of that yellow line. All right, so there's two parts we have to do. First of all, we know that this point on the graph, this point right here, horizontally, or we can think it's the x value, x equals, it's going to be the 236 subtract 90, because we're going back. So it's the 146. Now that is your x. That's why I put it there and just did some algebra and got the answer. Again, you can use your Desmos, and I'll be showing you Desmos in seminars to get the answer. But that only gives us the answer for this little piece over here. I'll make it blue. So this answer is just the blue section. We still have to go from there to the water. And we remember in the question it says the cable is 67 above the water. So that's why we have to add these two together. And there is our final answer. All right, so we're going to do a try question. So again, you can pause and then you can check your answer with my answer. So with this question, you see that there's no picture, so we have to make a picture. So we have a parabolic archway. All right, so let's put the ground in. Now we have to determine where we're going to put the origin. You can put it in any place, but I'm going to put it the vertex right there. And that sort of can set up my x and y axis. So now I can have my y axis and my x axis. All right, so now from looking at the question, so I got my parabolic shape, I got my vertex in there. Now let's just put some of the measurements. So the first thing is it says it's a height of 216, so that's from there all the way to there. That's 216. And it says it's 280 wide. So from there all the way to there is 280. So now I can put in some information. So this coordinate right here, this vertex is 0, because remember I'm using this guy, comma, and it's up 216. And I'm going to take this point, because remember you need a point as well as a vertex, is going to be half of this guy, because remember it's 280 across, so it's going to be 140, comma, 0. All right, so now label. Remember, this is your P, this is your Q, because your vertex, this is your X, this is your Y. Remember this formula, you're going to use it a lot. We're going to plug and chug now. So we have Y is 0. We don't know what A is, that's what we're going to find out. And Q is, now we're going to do some algebra. So we got 140 take away 0, and then we square it. And then that gets us 2450, and the A attaches. And then we subtract 216. And then we divide out. So A equals negative let me just back up here. Simplified, it becomes, I did it on my calculator, so this is probably not that, whatever 140 squared is. But simplified, it becomes negative 27 over 248. So now we have y equals negative 27 over 240, and it's going to be x squared plus 216. So there is our equation of that parabola. Now, determine the height at a point of 50 centimeters from the outer edge. So this is similar to what we just did before. So we're going from this outer edge back 50 and then going up to find that height. That's what we're trying to find. All right, so we know if we back it up and subtract 50 from 140, it's going to be 90. Okay, so the x value is 90. So that 90 is your x value. It's going into there. And if you type it into your calculator, the height is going to be 126.74 centimeters. And again, you can use your Desmos.